Does this then mean that Eden was not perfect? I love that you brought this up because this is actually one of my favorite topics of conversation. Because here's the problem. The way that we talk about perfect and the way that the Bible talks about perfect are two completely different things. You see, when we talk about perfect, what we actually mean is sinless. Here's my favorite verse to throw a wrench into our understanding of this. It's Hebrews 5:9. After he, Jesus, was perfected, he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him. So naturally, the question that we need to ask is, how could Jesus have been perfected? Isn't he already perfect? This is where it's helpful to go to the Greek, because in the Greek, the word for perfected is teleao. The way the Greek word talks about perfection here is bringing something to completion, to accomplish all that God had set out. It's the same word, or the action form of the word, that Paul uses in Romans 12 when he says to not be conformed to this age, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you may discern what is the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God. What Paul is specifically talking about here is the idea that all of Israel shall be saved. The ultimate perfect will of God, what he will accomplish, is the salvation of all of Israel. This is how God identifies himself all throughout the Old and New Testament. That he is the God who will make his plan take place, and he will accomplish, or he will do, all his will. This is why when God speaks through the prophets, he consistently says something along the lines of, you will know that I am God because I will do this. So the way in which God reveals himself to us is through what he accomplishes. The beautiful thing about the gospel is not that we perfect ourselves, but that God perfects us. That it is not I that accomplishes, but Christ in me that accomplishes the work of God. So this answers the question of, how can we say that the Garden of Eden was not perfect? Well, it wasn't perfect because it hadn't yet accomplished all that God had set out for his creation to accomplish. First and foremost, like we see in the book of Revelation, that God had not yet revealed himself in all of his fullness, that man wasn't in perfect relationship with God. Again, perfect relationship, not meaning that Adam was in sinless relationship with God, although he was, but that the relationship with God and man had not reached full maturity. God had not yet made himself fully known as he did in the person of Jesus Christ. Furthermore, there was a task that was given to Adam in the garden, to be fruitful, to multiply, to fill the earth, and to subdue it. And so if Adam had not yet accomplished that which God had laid out, then Eden, by very definition, was not perfect, because God's creation had not yet accomplished all that God set out for them to accomplish. It was very good, but it wasn't perfect.